It is Friday afternoon. Paul and I are out doing another overnight. I didn't video much on the way in because it is 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts and we were going right into it. We decided to do two separate shacks because the 450s really aren't big enough for two people and a dog, and I want to be able to put a line in, so we could definitely sleep in here like we did at the Wilson or Holland Strong Derby in Wilson. But we've decided we're just going to separate everything and go from there. So we're going for togue and salmon during the day in the ever elusive Cusk or burbot. For some reason, every time I target them, I can't catch them. So we're going to try to change that tonight. We're going to put 3 lines in. We only get about 3 hours of daylight left today. So we're going to do 3 lines, put it in for salmon and togue, and then we'll see if we can drop those down for Cusk later on tonight. And we do get Duke. So this is my shack. We got the cot, table over here. The girls might come out in the morning. Ariane's pretty sick. She's been sick pretty much all week. So we'll see if she feels good enough to come out in the morning. We did shovel a little bit underneath the mats. We did leave some snow. We don't want to slush up, but there's quite a bit of snow. We got a nice little trail coming over. Paul's got a lot less stuff. And if you guys caught the end of my last video, you saw that I had an issue with my snowmobile. The recoil broke on it. Well, you gotta take the whole side of the snowmobile off to fix the recoil. And I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do it before this trip, and I knew I couldn't get it in a snowmobile shop probably for the rest of the winter. And the day after it broke was when we got that 12 to 14 inches of snow. So I wasn't gonna walk in this crap, and I don't have chains for the four-wheeler, and I don't know if the chains would have really made a difference. But either way, I was panicking. So I messaged a buddy of mine who I knew was gonna try to sell his snowmobile, and it turns out the price was right for it. Trading my skidoo and a little bit of manual labor, we got Bearcat 570 long track with reverse and everything, obviously, and this thing is an absolute beast. So it's newer than the skidoo was, actually, but not much newer. 4 years newer. It's still 17 years old, but I've used a lot of Bearcats growing up. My dad worked on power lines, so we had like the 90s, late 90s styles, 97, 98 into the early 2000s, and there was nothing better for pulling. And I know the Scandics are really good. I know the new Skidoo Expeditions are really good, but these things right here with the old ones, they used to pull drags with them to drag trails, and they're just meant to pull. And with the amount of gear that we have that you guys see, it's not the worst thing in the world to get something that it's meant to pull and you're not really being rough with it. Obviously my recoil didn't break because I was pulling stuff. It has nothing to do with it, but I just saw an opportunity and the price was right, and we got something that's more suited for what we need, and I'm hoping to have good luck with this one. So Paul's putting his traps in right now, and I'll go drill my holes. We got one bait bucket because his aerator died, or oh no, he's got shiners. He brought some shiners. I brought the smelt. We didn't want to mix them, so we're putting smelt on tonight, and maybe we'll mix in some shiners just because we didn't want to waste them. So I'm gonna go drill my holes and wait for the bait, and then I'll get set up and we'll get back with you guys here in a little bit. Should be a pretty good night. We should be out here for at least pushing 24 hours, and we'll be hopefully we'll catch some nice fish.
Yeah. Small?
Is there brookies?
Yeah.
This is still down quite a ways.
What was this one set at? It's a good one.
That might just reel it all the way this time. That's bigger than anything I've got here. That feels better than I think.
Same size fish.
Fatter. Well, something you don't see every day ice fishing, or don't want to see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but an ambulance just pulled into the camp next to us. So hopefully everything's all right. That sucks to see. Just got the heaters on in the shacks. It's starting to cool off now. It's almost 4 o'clock. I've got a 17, 18, and 19-inch togue. Paul hasn't got anything yet. And in about an hour or so, we're going to drop everything to bottom for burbot. Our goal is to just drop it down before it gets dark, so we don't have to use headlamps or anything like that. And then I got the rattle wheel in my shack, but he's not going to put a hole in his shack because Grant might come out in the morning. So those 10-inch holes, don't need any kids stepping in those. So pretty decent day so far. I mean, three good sized fish. After we drop everything down, we'll start cooking some dinner. We got something special for tonight. Some steaks. So we'll get that cooked up on the Coleman. We'll probably hang out in one shack and just keep the other one heated, because like I said, we're going to sleep in separate shacks tonight. But we'll keep you guys updated if we get anything else tonight. If not, hopefully the burbot are biting tonight. This will be the 3rd time this year we've targeted them. We've yet to catch one for whatever reason, so we'll keep you guys posted. What I do want to know, drop it down in the comments. What's one species of fish that you guys have fished for? Or what's on your hit list that you've targeted multiple times that maybe you haven't caught, or you haven't caught a lot of? I know for me, burbot and brown trout, for some reason, I just can't catch them. I have caught a burbot before when I wasn't targeting it. Brown trout, I've never caught one. If you guys want to check out the video of Ariane, she caught one last year and I was super jealous. But for some reason, those two species of fish, I just can't get a hold of them for some reason. I've caught lake trout, I've caught salmon, I've caught brook trout, obviously all the perches, bass, pickerel, pike, but brown trout for some reason just eludes me. The new snowmobile is running awesome. I got a battery. I picked one up from Whittemore's in Skowhegan. It was like $180 for a battery. So hopefully it's a good one. And it's too windy to put it in today. I don't want the hood of my snowmobile to break or anything like that. But if it's not windy tomorrow, we'll get that put in. I got it right out here on the ice with me. So we'll check out the electric start. But the pull start works pretty good. Yeah, they're getting the stretcher out right now. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. But there's been a truck here ever since we've been here. And a car just got here about a half hour ago. And now the ambulance is here, so I'm hoping they didn't find a loved one in an emergency situation, but that sucks to see stuff like that for sure. Alright, so I just got a flag and Paul got a flag, so it doubled up. We'll leave you guys with me though. Alright, so we both had hit and runs, but it's going to be dark in about 20 minutes. It's freezing out, so we're just going to drop them down to bottom now for burbot, and then we're going to go in and have some dinner. So we'll start working on them now. Typically I drop it back to the same level and see if it came back, and this is set for salmon, so it could have been a salmon, but it killed the bait, so it's just pointless at this point to reset it and then come change the bait out for burbot here in a little bit. So I'm just gonna drop it on the bottom. You bringing that seasoning over before I run out of propane? You got your pan? So with all the stuff I forgot, or the stuff I brought, I didn't bring any butter. That sucks.
It's so much warmer in here that we can take it on. What's cool about that is it's a grill. Like you could put the steak right on there.
Oh yeah, if you want to mess with clean that.
3 minutes of salad. What do you think? Gives you the best pan in the house?
I asked you what size before I got my steak.
Good cut there. Slice it.
Don't puncture the steak with those chickens.
Dog's acting like he's cold steel underneath his jacket.
Oh, I know. I reached under it.
Roasting.
Take it off. There you go, some steak and taters. I smell it. I burned it a little bit. It's well done, unfortunately. We have so far caught no burbot. We picked up our traps outside. We had 6 total, 3 and 3. Around 11:15. It's 12:40 right now. I got the rattle wheel in, but we're calling it a night. And we'll go back after salmon and Lakers in the morning. At this Jackery power station. Pretty happy with it. But I'm gonna turn the heater on medium, and Chloe's got me playing this block glass game instead of TikToking all the time. It's pretty addicting. But Paul's over in his shack, and I don't know, I don't think we're setting an alarm. We're not gonna put up traps until it's light out. A lot of our smelt died, so we're gonna use some dead. And other than that, I think we got 2 dozen left, and the girls are coming out, so I mean that's 20 traps right there, so 4 extra. So tomorrow might be a short day if they're not gonna go after dead. We're probably each gonna put a couple dead ones on, so we'll see if they bite. But yeah, so I'm gonna jump in the sleeping bag, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Made it to the morning, and don't worry, we didn't get waken up by any fish, so don't feel bad for us. We did, however, get woken up by 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and Paul ran out of diesel in the diesel heater, which we've done overnights before, but I think maybe he had it on high too long yesterday. But we didn't turn these on till almost dark, so I'm not sure what happened there. He's got a thermometer. He said my shack was 50 when he woke up, around 5, but I had it on low for most of the night, so I think it was like 3:30 when I cranked it back up to high. So it was a little chilly when I woke up, not horrible. Dookie came over to my shack, and I'm gonna get some coffee going, and we'll probably do what we typically do. We'll probably get the overnight stuff back to the truck so we can clear some space for when everybody gets here. But we'll have to figure out his heat situation. Maybe he'll have them stop at the store, or maybe he has a 20-pound tank, and I'll have Arian grab our double buddy, our big buddy heater, and we'll get it figured out from there. But I definitely need to get some coffee going. Well, they say always expect the unexpected. And I'll tell you, things only go wrong the colder it is and the windier it is. I mean, it was a decent night. It's not like it was completely miserable. Paul woke up to his diesel heater having no diesel, which we've never ran that thing out, even running it on high, and we've done overnights. So his shack was 31 degrees. He sent the dog over into my shack at about probably like 3:30. So I've been up pretty much since then. The lights in my shack, which I really like, keep dying, even though we charged it with a Jackery. His snowmobile was flooded this morning, so it didn't want to start good. Decided to put my Yeti cup in front of the big buddy heater while I was getting some stuff, and then I went and grabbed it and burnt my whole hand. And yeah, the wind is not doing what we thought it would, so none of the girls or kids are coming out. And before we even started, 30 of our 60 bait died. So we're dealing with that. We don't have a ton of bait left today, probably like, I don't know. There's actually 26 died out of the 60. That's $60 worth of bait, and almost half of it's got dead. So we used some of that on some of our traps last night, and Paul had some shiners, and so I think we got about 2 dozen smelt left. So what we're gonna do is hurry up and get these traps in, and then we're gonna pick up the shacks. I'm gonna take a bunch of stuff back to my truck, and we'll consolidate it so we can both be in the heated shack today, and we'll just fish till this afternoon and call it good. But we get a couple salmon and a couple Lakers on the ice. That'll help our attitudes a little bit. But we had a good steak dinner last night. Didn't really have breakfast. We had coffee. We got some donuts that we'll tap into in a little bit. But I want to work on getting these 5 traps in, and we'll go from there. Hopefully our day turns around a little bit. I mean, my last few videos have been overnights and kind of miserable, but it's still a good time. It's all right. You always expect some stuff to go wrong, but there's been some stuff that's gone wrong that's probably been preventable. You know what I mean? I usually bring a spare heater. I didn't charge my light at home. I just figured it was good for a while, and then I'd use the jackery, and you know, I should have paid attention more to that, and I didn't. So I spent most of my week trying to get this snowmobile ready and registered, and a couple parts and a cover for the trailer, so it didn't get all gross on the trailer. So my week was focused on that, and I should have spent some more time getting ready, I guess. But we'll make the most of it. Let's get some lines in the water. Nice healthy breakfast Mama would be proud of. Breakfast in a bag. All right, we're back to Laker and salmon fishing. I still think Cusk are extinct. I don't think they're in anywhere. All these videos are fake news. They got toy ones or something on there. Not real. But we're gonna fish for about half a day. The wind blows for like a half hour, then stops for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then blows again and blows you guys over. But we got some stuff back to the truck, some overnight stuff, and we'll do another load later. I just didn't want to put it in the bed of my truck for everyone to see, so whatever I could get in the cab that we didn't need is back there, so that'll make cleanup a little bit easier. We'll go from there. Not huge, but it's something. Alright, so me and Paul just doubled up. He had a good one, probably 18, 19 inches. Mine was a little bit smaller, probably only 14. But of course the GoPro's frozen. I'm frozen. I'm sitting on the ground. I was over with Paul. That's his first fish of the trip, so I wanted to video it. And so this little fish took out a lot of line. I gotta warm my hands up. I got the reel in the water, but it's gonna take me a minute to get this one taken care of. But we'll get it. So that's 2 fish on the ice for today. So it's not too bad. I'll get the go get the other GoPro and some warm batteries and try to get you guys better footage. But that's how it goes. It is it's freezing out. Definitely cold. Coldest trip I've been on this year, I think. What we just talked about, that line was wrapped all around him up in his gills. Look at his head. Well, it looks like this day and trip is ending. Paul caught a laker and a salmon, both good size. And I caught 3 lakers yesterday and 1 good one today, 1 smaller one. They seem to really all be about the same size as in here. Anywhere from 16 to 21 inches. And it seems like if you get over 20 inches, they start to swim out. 19 and under, they seem pretty thick. But I got everything picked up except for my traps. Paul's gonna work on his shack after his traps are in, and we're gonna get back to shore. And as long as nothing eventful happens, I'll see you guys on the next one. And, I know more stuff went wrong on this trip, but nothing we couldn't handle. And if stuff goes wrong on you guys' trips, just keep on fishing on.